So it's 2017. I'm 18 at the time, and I'm standing outside my high school's coffee shop, and I've got a plan. So most Friday and Saturday nights, I spend, unfortunately, alone at home. I want to go out and have fun with friends and talk to people, but no one ever invites me to stuff. So I just stay at home alone, watching videos, playing video games. And, I scroll through Instagram and Facebook, and I look at the stories of all the people in my class and see them having fun. Wish I could be with them. I get massive FOMO and just feel so lonely and bad at night. So I've got a plan. I'm outside the high school coffee shop, and a bunch of kids in my school, they hang out in the coffee shop after school on Fridays. And, they get some drinks, they hang out, and then they all go to their cars and they go out on Friday night. They go bowling. And I've got a plan. I'm going to go in there and, I'm going to kind of hang out around the area. And hopefully one of them will notice me and they'll be like, yo, Penrose, come over here. Come chill with us today. Are you free? So that's my plan, to get invited to do stuff. So I walk into the coffee shop and, okay, I'm going to walk by them and see if they notice me. So I do a pass. I walk by the group and no one notices me. So I'm like, okay, I'll do another pass. So I turn around and I do another pass and no one notices me. So I'm like, okay, they're clearly too busy talking. I got to get their attention somehow. So I fake a phone call. I pull out my phone and I pretend I'm talking to someone to kind of like get their attention, right? So I'm like, yeah, Bob, oh yeah, you need help with question 2? Yeah, just divide by 3 and do the negative integral. Yeah, okay, yeah. And I'm making noise and I'm hoping that one of them will notice me and invite me over. A couple of them make eye contact with me because I'm making some noise, but no one talks to me. So I end the phone call and, I'm just standing there. It's like, oh man, this is my last chance. I can't be standing here forever. They're going to know something's up. They're going to know I'm being weird. So I stand there and I'm like, pretending to think about the phone call I just had. And then I make eye contact with one of the guys and he smiles at me and I smile back and he stands up and he faces the group and he's like, okay, come on guys, let's get to our cars. We got to go to our booking in the restaurant or whatever. And everyone stands up and they walk by me. No one acknowledges me. They walk out of the coffee shop and they head off. And I'm left standing here alone in the coffee shop. And I walk towards my bus, knowing how I'm going to spend Friday night. And not gonna lie, bro, I was angry. I was really angry. Because I'm like, it's so unfair. Why did they get to have a fun social life? Why are they so popular? But me, I'm such a nice guy, but I'm alone. I have no friends. No one invites me to stuff. It's so unfair. Everyone's so toxic. Everyone's so selfish. They didn't even say hi to me, right? Here's the thing, bro. If you're alone, if you're lonely, it's entirely your fault. You deserve this. And I don't mean this, I don't mean to offend you, but you've got 2 options, right? One, you can either blame everyone else and say, oh, it's their fault that I have no social life. Everyone's so toxic, everyone's so mean. Or you can put the responsibility onto yourself and you can say, I'm exactly where I am because of the choices I've made in my life. Here's the thing, bro. If you're alone, if you're lonely, it's entirely your fault. You deserve this. And I don't mean this, I don't mean to offend you, but you've got 2 options, right? One, you can either blame everyone else and say, oh, it's their fault that I have no social life. Everyone's so toxic, everyone's so mean. Or you can put the responsibility onto yourself and you can say, I'm exactly where I am because of the choices I've made in my life. And actually, once you take responsibility and you take the blame away from everyone else and onto yourself, suddenly you give yourself the power and the control to actually make change in your life. Because if you're constantly putting the blame on everyone else and saying it's their fault, I'm miserable because of them, everyone's toxic, it's not my fault, I'm an amazing person, everyone's toxic, then you just get pulled around according to the will of others. You have no control over your life. You're the victim. It's like you're on a bull and the bull's just going in random directions and pulling you everywhere. But if you actually take control over your life and you take responsibility for the situation you're in, you take responsibility for the things that are happening to you, then you grab that bull by the horns and suddenly you can control it where you want. You can say, actually, I'm where I am because of my choices and actions. Therefore, I can do anything I want with my choices and actions. I can become who I want. I can have any life circumstance I want. But bro, so it's entirely your fault. You deserve this. You deserve to be lonely. But no one talks to you like this, right? How does society talk to us? They don't tell us like, yeah, it's your fault, take responsibility. They're like, oh, it's okay, bro, everything's gonna be okay, how you feel is okay, it's all gonna be good. Here's some antidepressants. And they're like, everyone's special, bro, everyone's amazing. Oh, bro, like, you should be grateful, bro, that you're an introvert. Introverts are powerful. You should be grateful that you can spend your nights alone. Bro, you're so lucky, bro. I wish I could spend Friday night alone, playing video games. That would be a dream night, bro. I'd love to. Oh, but I can't, bro. I gotta go. My friends are inviting me to go out. I gotta go, bro. See you later. Society doesn't tell you that it's your fault, but it is. And I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. I mean this to give you hope that you put yourself in this situation. You can get out of it. Because here's the truth, bro. Here's the brutal reality. No one owes you anything. Just because you're nice or just because whatever, nobody owes you anything. You have to build everything that you want in your life. You have to take responsibility for everything. And once you can admit that and accept that, then you can do anything you want. Life is just about taking more responsibility for things. Like, oh, I'm broke. Instead of saying, oh, the economy sucks, it's everyone's fault. You take responsibility and you say, okay, I can get out of this. You're lonely. You take responsibility for this. It's just about, life is just about taking responsibility for everything. So that's why I think self-improvement is just the most amazing thing you can do in your life. Because self-improvement literally is taking responsibility for your life and saying, okay, I have full control over my body and my health. I have full control over my social skills. I have full control over my social anxiety. And I can actually become anything I want. Because like with social anxiety, I used to blame everyone else. I used to be like, oh man, I can't talk to people because I'm so socially anxious, It's the fault of my teachers. It's the fault of the bullies when I was a kid. It's their fault I'm like this. It's their fault that I have no friends and can't socialize. But once I was like, actually, it's happened, but I can take responsibility and do the actions required to fix my social anxiety and actually start, making friends and going out there. That's when my life changed, when I got into self-improvement and I actually started taking responsibility for my life, grabbing that bull by the horns. And, some weak guys are going to get offended. They're going to be like, oh, bro, like, why are you blaming me? It's not my fault, bro. I have no friends because I suck, bro. Because I'm not capable of improving myself, bro. I'm just going to, I suck and just be pulled around by the currents of life. Or you can, actually start improving yourself and get out of your situation. Like, you've got a lot of hate, right? A lot of hate to the world, a lot of hate to other people for your circumstance. Why not use that energy you have to fuel yourself, to motivate you, to actually finally make some change in your life? I hope I'm giving you some hope, bro. Some hope that, loneliness doesn't have to last forever. You can actually get out of it. I thought it would be my life. I'd be lonely for the rest of my life. But you can get out of it, bro.